We're all here because we've experienced music as a powerful force in our lives and as an element of our spiritual practice and expression. I'm Ken Gilman, a Clef board member and longtime participant in Clef and its various antecedents. I'm sitting here amidst members of a primary support group of mine. Today's Clef Note is a book report of one that should be on your radar. This book, I heard there was a Secret Chord, Music as Medicine, came out just last summer, 2024. Music has a long history of health promoting applications going back millennia, from easing suffering to promoting healing to calming the mind, touching on mental, physical, and spiritual dimensions. Daniel Levitin, a neuroscientist as well as musician with whom you may be familiar from earlier works such as This Is Your Brain on Music, Field Guide to Lies, and Successful Aging. After a discussion of the neuroanatomy of music, musical memory, attention, etc., he gets into the research and practice of how we can use music in dealing with a number of the things that complicate our lives, to include things like movement disorders, Parkinson's, trauma, mental health, the dementias, stroke, pain, neurodevelopmental disorders, among others. For example, in his chapter on trauma, he discusses the way traumatic experiences actually shape the way our brains develop and how different therapies can factor into building resilience and reshaping some of the ways our brains work and cope. From page 140, playing or listening to music can soothe us through the release of prolactin, can reset our mood through changing serotonin levels, and can motivate us to seek pleasure through modulating dopamine activity. Simultaneously, music stimulates neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, enhancing brain recovery, and normalizing the stress response. There's an extended discussion of how songwriting can be therapeutic, along with ways that making music with others improves our physical, mental, and spiritual groundedness and well-being. He also describes how music is used in treating things like traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. Another example from page 145. Singing also has physical, emotional, and social benefits. The action of singing strengthens the lungs, improves posture, and increases oxygen flow to the bloodstream and brain. Singing releases endorphins, which can help reduce feelings of depression and anxiety, making people feel uplifted. Singing slow and soothing tunes facilitates relaxation, slowing down respiration and heart rates. Singing in a group is a great icebreaker for strangers who are thrown together and allows people to overcome shyness and nervous reactions, i.e., building community. He talked about Gabby Gifford's recovery from being shot in the head using melodic intonation therapy, along with others. The musical circuits in the brain are older than the speech areas and so tend to be more robust in the face of injury. She was taught to sing everyday requests like "I need a glass of water" or "I need to go to the bathroom." While words had abandoned her, singing had not, and within a year, she could sing things that she couldn't say. And within 4 years, she had a significant recovery of language ability. As Tony Bidett slid into Alzheimer's, it left him largely unable to engage in normal social interactions, but he could still remember the lyrics for hundreds, if not thousands, of songs. In March of 2015, Daniel's longtime friend Joni Mitchell had an aneurysm burst in her brain. She had fainted on her kitchen floor and wasn't discovered until 12 hours later. That suggested a very poor prognosis for recovery. When she was able to shift to home care, her nurses noticed that whenever she heard music coming from their cell phone, she seemed to perk up. They saw Daniel's name and number on a note and called him. They wanted advice about what to play for her. And knowing her well, he talked them through a plan, starting with her own albums and some of her favorite music, and graduated up to keep pace with her recovery. 4 years after her stroke, she attended the Grammys. And in 2023, she was presented the Gershwin Prize at the Library of Congress and sang "Summertime" at the ceremony. In his chapter on pain, he talks about how music is effective in reducing the need for pharmacologic interventions for both short-term and long-term pain. i.e. using lower doses of pain medication and for a shorter period of time. And for the most part, the side effects of music are pretty tolerable. I would encourage you to add, I heard there was a Secret Chord Music as Medicine to your reading list. It will increase the depth of your appreciation for music as a healing agent in our lives. And thank you for your support of Clef.